let's revisit Prince Andrew. Instead of reading his chart like a natal reading, I'm just going to tell you what his problem is, and probably what his father told him. It's very clear to me what his problem is, and I'm firstly going to be looking at his sun in Pisces here. This is a 0-degree sun, so this is his ego. This is how he self-actualizes in the world. And it's at 0 degrees in Pisces. 0 degrees is a teething degree. It's a baby degree. So this is very new energy for his soul. This is somebody who is highly dreamy, but also reckless at it at the same time. It's very difficult for him not to be too sensitive or too dreamy. By the way, nothing wrong with being sensitive. I'm just saying for this reading, I'm going to be really breaking down who he is. He's got Mercury in Pisces as well, in the 8th house. He's deeply a penetrative persona. He has a deep persona. He may not look like he does, like he's superficial, but for me, this Mercury and his sun in Pisces in the 8th house, very telling of someone who thinks very deeply. Lots of royals, when you look at their charts, they do come from this 8th house perspective. Many of them have Scorpio, or they have their south nodes in Scorpio, or they have their moon in the 8th house. And this is indicating secrets, legacy, hereditary money, taxes, and all things hidden effectively. As with the 12th house, both these water houses, we see lots of themes around the 8th, the 2nd, and the 12th house with royalty. And also Leo. You can see he's Leo rising there. Prince Andrew would have been a child who would have been very affected by boarding school, because his moon, his instinct, his emotions are in the 4th house, and this would have been a very detrimental situation for him, because he would have been a child that needed a lot of nurturing and reassurance. Again, with this moon in Scorpio rules the 8th house. He's a very deep and sensitive man, and I'm just reading his chart, but this is what it indicates to me. One of the issues I pointed out in his natal chart is he's got Neptune retrograde in the 4th house. This can give him a lot of issues with real estate. It can make him delusional about his family, his roots, his upbringing, and make him feel that maybe he was a little bit unseen as well as a child. Now, this is where it gets interesting. So you can see that his south node is in Pisces, so therefore his north node is in the 2nd house in Virgo. Virgo, which rules the 6th house, is where his Saturn sits here, which is actually squaring his north and south node. So this is somebody who finds it very difficult to bring to the his material or earthly experience Virgo. So he is stuck being nebulous, and he is a delusional person, basically. And I would say that his father, Prince Philip, probably used to tell him he was delusional, because his chart tells me that he is basically floating off into the ether. No structure, no grip of reality, feels like a failure when it comes to his day-to-day life and work. Saturn in the 6th house is giving karma around his health and his day-to-day routines, whatever he's doing. Saturn in the 6th house can also indicate mineral deficiencies, problems with his bones like arthritis. So it's very, very difficult for him to move out of this secret place where he's sort of a little bit hidden in the shadows of his family, and move towards this 2nd house of self-worth and giving people value and giving other people the torch in a way. Virgo is all about service to others and empathy, and he has a very similar chart to his ex-wife, Sarah. They both lack in self-esteem, and they both connect on a very Piscean nebulous level. because she has her IC in Pisces, which means that as a child, she felt quite unseen. He has Pisces ruler Neptune in his 4th house. So they both connect on a level where they feel very similar to each other and therefore have this kind of compassion, if you like, for each other. Pluto, he's got Pluto retrograde. So he finds it very difficult to transform. Again, this is more difficult energy, difficult for him to bring into his reality, this Virgo theme of being of true service to others through self-esteem and accumulation of wealth. His chart speaks of a person who finds it just so difficult to just be in reality in the here and now, which is why he's got himself into trouble. Black Moon Lilith in the 11th house in Gemini. This is a person who is vilified by the groups and network. Has to be very careful the words he speaks, the way he thinks when it comes to his appearance in the public, because the 11th house is an open house, as is the 10th house. You can see he's got Moon squaring Uranus as well. So he's emotionally abrupt and changeable and, frankly, quite a difficult person to deal with. He's also got Mars sextiling his Moon. So he is very much emotionally in tune with his sexual nature. And he is, I want to say, probably quite a fruity man. He has his vertex in Capricorn in the 6th house. So again, what does his soul want to do? What does the vertex do? The vertex brings in encounters that you can't help. These are fated encounters that are beyond your control. Why? Because the soul constantly wants to evolve and it constantly wants evolution where the ego might be stuck. He attracts transformative situations to himself that are to do with his day-to-day. So his business, whatever he does with business, his day-to-day routines, he's pulling people in that help his soul to evolve.